I think it's stupid to sit there and know you unhealthy and do nothing about it. Girl, you a better woman than I ever be. You know your ass ain't gonna work out and you ain't gonna change your diet. So you might as well just drink the tea. Drop down in the description box and click this link to purchase this product so you can at least make an attempt to do something about your health.
Baby, did y'all see me down to the medicine wise? Child, I was waiting months for this thing to air so I could tell y'all what all the hell was going on, and quiet as it's kept, none of the juicy shit that went on made it to the damn show. But I looked good. Wanna talk about it? Yeah. Now, so girl, y'all seen me down to the party with Dr. Heavenly on the Medicine Wise down to the Bravo. Bitch, I had to take a screenshot of myself because I was looking mighty good on the TV. Mr. Director, I'm ready for my close-up. Y'all, this was a pretty, I don't know what I want to say. It's amazing how they make television. And I remember the first time I did the Love and Hip Hop reunion all those years ago, I had to meet with the story producer. And I was just like, if this is reality TV, why is there a producer who produces the story? I'm here to tell y'all, bitch, this episode was not half as entertaining and as juicy as what really damn happened down to that party. Oh, and don't you worry about it, bitch, because I'm finna tell y'all all about it. I said when Medicine Wise first started, I hoped they was not gonna Jackie and Simone us to death with this friendship shit. I'm here to tell you now, Jackie and Simone had this kumbaya moment at the end of it. This needs to be the end of this storyline. And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and the gag is I'm going to go ahead and ruin it for y'all. They still ain't back talking, okay? They still... See, I hate knowing these damn people and then having to review these damn shows and pretend like I don't know what the fuck going on. But I'm here to tell y'all they still ain't damn talking. Nevertheless, the episode opens up with Heavenly talking to Allura. Heavenly be annoying the hell out of Allura. Allura was like, leave me alone, mommy. I'm home watching... what the kids be watching, Twilight or Sabrina on Netflix. I'm fine, I don't need nothing. And Heavenly asked the girl, did her period come on? And she hung up the phone. It was real funny. And that was a cute precursor to Al Sharpton calling with something that was more serious. Shouts out to Dr. Damon, Married to Medicine, Dr. Heavenly, and everybody for the great work that they were doing with COVID and even getting noticed by the likes of Al Sharpton for something as big as the March on Washington. Contessa kitchen ain't done. I didn't even know. See, here's the thing. I'm here to tell y'all that every problem Contessa have in her life is because Miss Renee not there no more. Baby, when Miss Renee was there, and Contessa know I'm telling the truth. When Miss Renee was there, Contessa's life was in order. She wasn't stressed. Her marriage was good. The kids was fed. The house was clean. Everything was fine. Contessa let this show fuck up her relationship with Miss Renee, and now her life messed up. You better go back and get Donnell Jones' mama, so he could have been on Medical Wives singing Where I Wanna Be. Nevertheless, I was reading on Facebook, somebody kept saying Contessa keeps dropping clues and hints that she don't want to be in her marriage. When she said the prayer was like, let me pray Scott don't have a side chick. I turned my head. I was like, ooh, that's out of place. Let me stop lying to y'all. Okay? I'm not even finna do y'all like that. They having some infidelity issues, and I'm gonna leave it at that. Contessa said Contessa said that shit already knowing what the hell going on with Scott and somebody on the side. I just gave y'all that tea alert early. Simone and Cecil talk in the basement. They got a real nice basement. I'm not gonna go where I wanted to go, but it was a great conversation, and I love that montage with Cecil and Simone and Curtis and Jackie, with them both talking about, y'all need to fix this. Now, Simone was annoying me a little bit because when Cecil was talking to her and she was saying, Jackie called me and she only called me because Heavenly told her to, it's like, God damn. Take the olive branch for face value. I hate when people fall out or are mad with one another and they construct in their mind what the mending of the friendship is supposed to look like. You don't get to determine what packaging my olive branch comes in. It feels as if Simone is mad for whatever reason and is just hell bent on being mad and staying in that space. The lady picked up the damn phone and called you. It was more than what the hell you did. Take it for what it is. And the thing with Jackie too is try to hear what Simone is saying. Try to understand that Simone misses her friend. She misses her relationship with Jackie. Try to understand that sometimes, it's just like when you have multiple kids, but you have to show them love separately in order to let each one know they special. Simone just wants some damn Jackie time with Jackie with no Heavenly like it used to be when we kikiing at sex. I don't need Heavenly FaceTiming in. I don't need you to bring up what you and Heavenly did. Let it just be me and you a couple times. Jackie and Simone in this situation, to kind of illustrate that no level of professionalism and no level of maturity exempts you from the pettiness. Because at the very end of the day, this breakdown was so petty and in my opinion could have been fixed 2 damn years ago. It's gone on too long, and I think the thing that frustrates me the most is because I really do respect Dr. Jackie and I really do respect Dr. Simone. Like, I look at them like y'all are above this. At least you should be. And then again, that also lends itself to the conversation about us sometimes putting unrealistic expectations on doctors and lawyers and expect them to carry themselves, in such a way as if they're immune to the going-ons of regular people. So, I give them a small allowance, but y'all too bougie and too successful and too rich and too mature and too accomplished for all this damn bullshit, and we tired of it. We is tired. I think this may be one of the very first time that the men had a scene together with all the men. I really enjoyed the men being together. I did. It was fun, especially when they got to talking about the wives and one thing I like about the men is that each man knows how another man's wife may have wronged his wife or upset her or whatever the case may be, and they don't let that affect their relationship. They don't get involved. They drink, they hang out or whatever. Quad is my friend, but it would have been interesting to see Dr. Greg had come and play golf with them. It would have been interesting for Dr. G to bring his new girlfriend to one of the parties per se that one of the other husbands invites them to. And granted, Quad is my friend. From a friendship perspective, I don't want to see her, have to go through negative emotions or be embarrassed or humiliated or go through drama. But from a TV viewer's perspective, it definitely would have been interesting to see the dynamic and see them have to maneuver with this shared friend group. I think that conversation with the dads and the boys, as it relates to Black Lives Matter, while it's an important conversation, it felt so contrived. It felt fake. It felt like y'all was putting 20 on 10. Y'all are carrying the torch. Y'all are carrying the movement. Child, them damn boys ain't doing shit but damn retweeting and reposting. Stop. Oh, stop. And I'm going to leave it at that because I don't want to talk about people's children. But stop putting 20 on 10. Okay? And everybody ain't no damn activist. Everybody ain't no damn John Lewis. And all the activism that's coming from the millennials is not unique to them being millennials. It's unique to damn Facebook and Instagram being around. I'm going to leave that at that. We get down to the Crystal event. Now, here's where things get interesting, right? What y'all saw at that Crystal event was not the meat and potatoes of what the hell happened at that damn party. Simone and Jackie get there, we see that it was real awkward. I hated that. It costs nothing to speak, especially if somebody ain't steal your money or fuck your man. It costs nothing for Simone walked in second, so it was her job to walk over to speak. Or Jackie could have got up and went and got a glass of wine and put her hand on the shoulder and said, "Hey, girl." So anyway, me and Heavenly get there. Let's start with that. When I brought my beautiful ass on the screen, the day before, Quad had posted that picture or whatever, with her booty hanging out. And I'm gonna give y'all some behind the scenes tea, from from a lot of people that know Quad and various different friend circles and friend groups. People had noticed there was a very visible change in the level of sexuality that Quad had been exuding on her social media. Particularly with the bathing suit pictures and the sexy poses and so on and so forth. And it's just because we were not used to that from her. And it was like out of nowhere, Quad is posting, these pictures or whatever. And there was even a debate online at one point, and people was like, "Stop policing women's bodies. She's a young woman in a damn bathing suit. That's all it is, nothing more, nothing less." Those of us who know her did feel like it was a little more. And I don't know what the more is. It was just uncharacteristic behavior for Quad, so it gave everybody a pause or whatever the case may be. And I think perhaps that's part of the reason why when Dr. Heavenly, posted the emojis or whatever, Quad had been getting so much mixed feedback about this new her that people were not used to seeing, that she snapped. You know what I'm saying? And she went in on Heavenly hard and was like, basically, you spent all your coins. It's not my fault. You spent your coins to get your body done, and you still ain't got this body that God gave me. Now look, I'm going to tell you something, and I'm going to say this out loud because I've said it to Quad face. I think a booty fake. I do personally. She said it isn't, and because she's my friend, I just choose to go with it. Okay, the lady said her booty ain't fake. Her booty ain't fake. But in my mind, I think it's fake. Maybe it's not. And Quad, if you see this and it ain't fake, then God just really blessed you with a really nice booty that the other girls going out and buying. But you heard Lisa Nicole in the car. She think it's fake. I mean, everybody around us think the damn booty fake, but she say it's not, so we just gonna rock with it. Anyway, I was actually very nervous about this scene airing because in that car, Heavenly said more than I feel bad for her because she ain't got a husband that love her. Heavenly went in, and I was like sitting up there like, ooh, Heavenly, stop, girl, stop, cause yeah, just stop. So nevertheless, we get to the crystal party or whatever, and Simone is sitting in the back with Anila. This is my first time meeting Anila. I come in, talk to Contessa, me, Heavenly sit down, we talk with Jackie, we conversing or whatever the case may be. We waiting on Toya. Bitch, they get started and Toya walk in late. Carrie Wells walked her zesty ass in there with that zesty ass cat suit, and that's when Heavenly was like, ooh, look at her, and she started laughing. Bitch, we was over there Ken, y'all should have seen how motherfucking sexy Carrie Wells was. It was like, girl, you was at a crystal party, why is you so zesty? She had on some high heels with that thin, frail ass and that zesty ass cat suit or whatever the case may be. So then, we start sitting around. Now, if y'all notice, when the party started, Simone and Anila then was in the back. Then when they started passing the crystal around, we were kind of sitting in a U shape. So what ends up happening is the girls start doing the presentation, and then Carrie Wells goes, I feel like there is so much division in the room. I feel like there's so much division. Let's all sit together. Let's all come. So that's when we formed the circle. And then that's when Heavenly looked at me and she tapped me. She said, all right, the bullshit finna start. Here you go. She was like, here you go. It was two very interesting things that happened at that crystal party that I hate that they did not air. The first thing was Anila and Contessa got into a knockdown, drag out argument. They argued that bitch down. Anila accused Contessa of assaulting her mother, that same situation from that fight, and she would not let it go. And that was the first moment that I had got a very bad taste in my mouth for Anila, and I'm glad I could tell it now, because you could tell that she came to work. Okay, she was doing a Kenya Moore. She was what I call trying to be a reality star. Contessa explained to this girl 20 ways from the sun that she was not intentionally being disrespectful to her mother. She was not threatening to assault her mother. She was simply saying, ma'am, please let me go. I am a strong woman, and if I jerk away from you, you are going to fall. Anila was hell-bent. She was hell-bent on this narrative of Contessa was trying to attack my mother. Contessa was trying to threaten my mother. Contessa apologized 20 ways from the sun, and Anila would not let it go. The room got so tense. I chimed in. She kept saying, in my culture, this is rude. And I was like, well, in black culture, it's rude to put your hands on people. So then, as they fussing, Toya looks over at Heavenly and was like, all this started because of you, or whatever. So then Heavenly was like, basically like, bitch, don't put my name in it. This ain't got nothing to do with me, or whatever the case may be. So then Contessa, I forgot, Toya get the fussing. Toya and Heavenly get to going back and forth. I think Toya and Contessa get to going back and forth. And then Toya starts crying. Toya starts crying. She was accusing Contessa of being fake. She was like, all this shit is fake. She was talking about Heavenly, Jackie and Simone making up at the reunion. Toya goes off. She was like, all of this shit was fake, and I'm just so tired of y'all being fake, and I'm tired of this, and I'm tired of that. And then it was so funny because in that moment, we got a glimpse into what is bothering Toya. And I'm going to say this, y'all. Toya loves very hard. Toya doesn't always know how to express herself, but Toya's anger and hostility and frustration, it comes from love and missing the love. Like, Toya is a girlfriend's girlfriend. She likes being girlfriends. She likes experiencing the intimate bond with her sisters. And when that's not going on, or she sees that it's fake, she has an eruption of emotions. That's what the hell went down at that damn crystal party. That and me damn near having to cuss Lisa Nicole ass out and damn Carrie Wells, because after the party was over and we're all hugging and talking or whatever, Lisa Nicole making her business to walk her little short ass over to me and gonna basically say, Dr. Heavenly only befriended me so I could do her dirty work or whatever. So then Toya walks over and goes, I see Heavenly do free dinner work and befriend bloggers so they can't talk about her. And I was kind of offended because I was like, me and Heavenly was doing the YouTube videos together. So Lisa Nicole goes, you're being used, right? And I was like, Lisa, I'm not being used. I'm grown. I know what I feel and what I have with Heavenly. I do not feel used at all by Dr. Heavenly. I think Heavenly and I have found a way to leverage our friendship that benefits us both in business-wise and whatnot. And that's what the hell you're supposed to do with your damn friends. I always tell people, use me, don't abuse me. If I got a skill set or I got something or an asset that can better you or whatever, use me, but don't abuse me. And that's what Heavenly and I have. We have a mutual respect for one another. So then Carrie Wells goes, I know you. You're that asshole that said something about my lips on season 1, you motherfucker. Like, she was joking. Or what it was jokes laced with shade or whatever. And I said, and I was like, Carrie, because you went and got them big ugly lips that all the white women go out and buy. And Toya was like, is that supposed to be shade? I was like, well, it is what it is. She was like, I did not buy my lips. I said, you put something in them. She said, I'll tell you what I put in them. None of your damn business. And we got to laughing. And so then Toya goes, back down this whole, I'm being used, and then when I do my reviews that I need to, it's my job to be non-biased, and I have to give it to everybody, equally and evenly. And I told her, I said, I completely understand how you feel. And I said, but I kind of created this lane. So being that I created this right here, what I'm doing, and a lot of other people mimicked it, the rules are whatever I say the rules are. I talk about whoever I want to talk about. I can show, and I told her, and I said, and I can show mercy and grace to whoever I want to show mercy and grace to. And I said, quiet as it's kept, while you're over here accusing me of being biased, what you don't know is I brought all the lady gifts, and each gift there was a crystal, and in each crystal there was like a description of what the crystal was. They didn't show it. They wanted me to give Toya as a crystal about finances. Basic basically to embarrass her on camera. And I was like, I'm not doing that. I was like, that lady never did nothing to me. I have no reason to just walk in the room and shoot her. On top of that, there's some very personal, again, because I know these people, I caught wind of the fact that Toya was very upset and bothered and embarrassed about a particular piece of information about how she got her house that came from Quad. And, in a roundabout way, somebody wanted somebody to bring it up. And I was like, and I'm not finna do that to her either on camera, because that lady did not do nothing to me. So I closed her. I was like, while you riding here talking about I'm being biased, you don't even recognize the grace that I gave your ass with your true tea. And a large part of it is because I didn't want to come on the scene being the messy punk. I didn't want to come on the scene being the messy sissy. Being a YouTuber, being a blogger, I have to fight every day people just thinking I in my everyday walk, am a messy person by virtue of what I do. I'm one of the least problematic people you'll ever meet. I don't care nothing. I don't care about shit except cocktails. I just want to drink and slap five down to the bar. That's legitimately all I want to do, and go out to eat and buy shoes. Anything else in life I really don't care about. So for me, it was important for me to not come on there being the stereotypical messy sissy. Nevertheless, that's what went down to that damn crystal party. And then we get to Jackie and Simone talking at the end in the OBGY room, and they really did have a very sweet heart-to-heart, and I think it was great. I just think it sucks that they're still not back on track 100%. I got to check in and find out what percentage they is back on track, but they still not back on track 100% from my understanding. Anyway, that's the girl. That's all I got. Ain't got no more. I might call y'all back tonight after I put this salmon in the air fryer. Bye.